In a small village nestled among rolling hills, there lived a wealthy landowner with two sons. The younger son, restless and eager for adventure, approached his father one day. "Father," he said, "I can't wait to inherit my share. Give me what's mine now." The father, though saddened, agreed and divided his property between his sons. With pockets full of gold, the young man set off for distant lands. He reveled in luxury, indulging every whim and surrounding himself with fair-weather friends. But as quickly as water slips through cupped hands, his fortune dwindled. Soon he found himself penniless and alone in a foreign land. A severe famine struck the region, leaving the young man desperate for work. He took a job feeding pigs, a task considered unclean and degrading in his culture. Starving and humiliated, he longed for the scraps he fed the swine. It was in this moment of utter despair that he remembered his father's house. "Even my father's servants have food to spare," he thought, "while I'm dying of hunger." Swallowing his pride, he decided to return home and beg for mercy. "I'll tell father I'm no longer worthy to be called his son. Perhaps he'll take me on as a hired hand." Meanwhile, back at the estate, the father's eyes constantly scanned the horizon. Despite the passing years, hope burned bright in his heart. One day he spotted a familiar silhouette in the distance. His son. Without hesitation, the father ran to meet him, embracing the ragged young man with tears of joy. The son began his rehearsed speech, but the father wouldn't hear of it. He called for his finest robe, a ring for his son's finger and sandals for his feet. "Prepare a feast," he exclaimed. "My son was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is found." As celebration filled the air, the older brother returned from the fields. Hearing the commotion, he asked a servant what was happening. Learning of his brother's return and the lavish welcome, anger and resentment bubbled up inside him. The father, noticing his absence, sought out his elder son. "My son," he said gently, "you are always with me and everything I have is yours. But we had to celebrate and be glad because this brother of yours was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is found." This parable, told by Jesus, illustrates the depth of God's love and forgiveness. It reminds us that no matter how far we stray, our Heavenly Father eagerly awaits our return, ready to welcome us home with open arms and a heart full of unconditional love.